What's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Braxton Family Values episode 14. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay, you guys. So Vince is doing much better. It's been 4 weeks since he's had his pulmonary embolism. I guess they weren't probably filming him while he was really sick. Vince is feeling better, and he's ready to get back up on his feet. Vince lost a lot of weight. And he looks good, like good for him. I don't know if it was a result of the fact that he was sick or if he was just scared to death when he was sick and realized that maybe he needs to lose some weight and get healthy. So whatever it was, you know, he's getting smaller and it looks good on him. I know that when Vince and Tamar got married, when they showed the pictures of them at their wedding a few years ago, Vince was much smaller. So he gained all that weight over the last few years really quickly. Tamar is in some kind of weird little space. I think that she's overwhelmed with Vince's sickness. You know, she's lonely out in New York. You know, they don't have any family out there in New York, and because that's where he got sick and the doctors don't want to move him, so you know, she has to be there with him. Tamar is upset that when Vince got out of his coma, that none of her sisters or her mom was there. You know, when he opened his eyes, it was just her in the room. And, you know, everybody kind of looking at her like, ain't nobody got time to be sitting up here with your sick ass husband. Like, I mean, we love him and we care, and we came out here when we found out that he was sick, but we cannot sit here for 4 weeks waiting for Vince to come out of his coma. He wasn't in his coma that long. I don't know if it was induced coma or what, but, you know, however long he was sick, however long he was in his coma, she couldn't expect everybody to just drop their whole lives and sit there holding her hand. The world does not revolve around Tamar, like Evelyn said. Of course, Tamar's world revolves around Tamar, but as far as everybody else concerned, you on your own. And then I kept thinking to myself, like, well, where was Vincent's family? Shit, I mean, I know he got the mom and a daddy and sisters and brothers somewhere around here. You know, why they not sitting there? So I know Tamar was sounding like a brat. And we was all getting sick of listening to her whining and complaining. So I am going to try to express how Tamar felt. So Tamar is used to being the center of attraction. Not only is Tamar used to being center of attraction, but she doesn't have any children. She's married to Vince. That is the only family that them two have together. Vincent seems to be a very self-purposed and able to take care of himself. Doesn't require too much attention. So Tamar hasn't had to worry about anything other than what she wanted to do most of the time. So all of a sudden her husband gets sick. And he cannot do for himself. Now you have taken somebody that has been self-absorbed and just really worried about themselves all this time. Within a day, all of a sudden, now she has to be the decision maker. She has to be the one to wear the big boy pants and really just take care of the business. And if she hasn't been doing that, then I'm sure she is overwhelmed, afraid, anxious, nervous. You know, it's a lot to take on. I felt that same way when I had my first kid. When I had my son, I thought to myself, like, oh my God, this baby cannot do nothing. You hear me? Nothing without me. I am 100% responsible for this child. I'm responsible for the success of this child. There's nothing that this baby can do without me. And that is a big, big thought when you really, really sit down and think about it. You now are responsible for another life. I think that's what Tamar was trying to say. Instead, it came out annoying. Instead, it came out sounding like she's worried about, you know, she doesn't want to do it anymore. And what I really think it really was is that she was afraid and that she wants somebody to be there with her. And that's all understandable. But Tamar, just like I said, she has a problem with expressing her feelings. You know, she could never just come out and say it. It has to come out a whole nother kind of way, very annoyingly. She goes to talk to a psychologist out in New York, and the lady tells her, well, you know, we already know. You basically have to take time for yourself. Taking care of a sick husband is a pain in the ass, but it's the job that you have, and that's what you got to do. I mean, nobody else is there to do it, and you would hope that they would do the same for you if something like this happened in reverse. So yeah, you know, you take the good with the bad, right? Same old thing with Trina and Gabe. I ain't even gonna go there. We ain't even gonna discuss what's going on with Trina and Gabe. It's the same old thing. But we are going to talk about this trip to New Orleans. So you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, they were supposed to be going, having a big showcase that was gonna, you know, show all of her music, her original music. They're a cover band, but this was going to be their original music at the showcase, and have record execs and everybody there. All right, well, that got pushed back, but instead they got this big gig in New Orleans. So they're pumped up, they ready to go. So they all get packed up, they get them a nice tour bus, and they make the 8-hour drive from Atlanta to Louisiana. And they talking about how nervous they are and how big a deal this is. And you know, they fixing to do it, right? They fixing to make it happen. So y'all, they all there. Okay, Trina got a full damn band. I'm talking about she got background dancers, she got backup singers, she got a full fucking band. It's like Earth, Wind, and Fire up in this motherfucker. And you know, everybody's all nervous and everybody is all pumped up. And you know, she's so grateful that everybody's there. So you know, they get into their prayer circle and you know, they want their performance to be blessed and make sure that it's a successful performance. And so then the man is out there and he is giving this big introduction for Trina's band. And you know, Trina gets out there with the girls and the whole band, fucking 15 members, y'all, okay? And it is a wedding. It's a wedding. It is a damn wedding. It ain't no gig. It's not no concert. We ain't in even a bar. We ain't in a hall or nothing. We is in a ballroom at the Marriott in New Orleans for a wedding, you guys. All this fuck damn wedding. I sat there. I said, no, I did not sit up here thinking that she's fixing to come out on some for real stage. Not some old damn makeshift shit with wires and shit running everywhere. This ain't no damn gig. This is a fucking favor for a homegirl or something. I was looking at that. I said, oh my God. And then here come Trina with some old Britney Spears bullshit. I was like, now she done put us through all these emotions for this. I gives a damn of what they play on the pop station. I do not want to see Trina singing a Britney Spears ditty. The wedding was a white wedding. Now, y'all, true to form, the white people out there, I know that I have some white viewers. I don't want to offend nobody, but you know that we likes to keep it real here on It's Rocks, right? Okay, well, true to form, the white people clearly are dancing to the words and not to the beat. It was a fucking travesty if I ever saw one. And for the rest of the reception, they spared us and didn't show us the band doing their cover songs. But can you just imagine the fuckery that went on when they got Patty and Jim up to do the goddamn electric slide and the damn Cupid shuffle? I was like, what y'all doing? But it's whatever, y'all. It's whatever. The thing is over. Trina's not happy with her performance at the wedding, and I'm thinking to myself, like, the white people gives a damn about it. They was fine with what you did, Trina. They was fine with it. It's Trina's birthday, and they go on out on Bourbon Street. This really looked like this is the whole reason why they went to New Orleans, so they can go get drunk. So, you know, they go on Bourbon Street, they get their hurricanes, and they get towed down. Evelyn is getting married, y'all. She goes out to lunch with Tawanda, and she lets her know that Doc popped the question, and she told Doc that sounds good to me. That was her answer. I really love Evelyn, you guys, because Evelyn finally figured out that she was a catch, and she went and found her man. I mean, she was so bitter last season. And I think that she needed to work that out. And she obviously worked it out. She must have realized the attention that she was getting. She is a beautiful older lady. And, you know, just because your husband then left you and went off with some other woman, ain't no reason why you can't get your love going. You can't get your love back on top. Just move it on to the next person. And I done told you guys plenty of times that is no easier way to get over a breakup than with a new man. New booty, y'all, new booty. She gets Tawanda to swear to secrecy that she won't tell any of the girls, and evidently Tawanda is good with holding secrets, so Tawanda doesn't say anything. Later on in the show, they all get together and, you know, they're at the table at lunch or dinner or something, and, you know, she has Michael on the phone as well. And she lets them all know that she's getting married to Doc. And nobody looked all that surprised. They tried to act surprised, but they didn't really look surprised. I think they already knew that it was getting serious with her and Doc. And Evelyn looks really, really happy. I'm so happy for her. When they showed Doc and her together at their dinners or when they would go out, you could tell that he really, really does enjoy her company and really, really wants to be there with her. So good for her. Because like I tell you guys, I love love. Like, I love the feeling of being in love and loving somebody and just having that feeling. So I am glad for her. Now, I felt sorry for Tamar because even though Tamar was trying to act like it didn't bother her, you could kind of tell that it bothered her. It did look like, you know, her being a baby, she was hoping that maybe Evelyn and Daddy Braxton was going to get back together. And I kind of hoped that too at first, because didn't it seem like they was going to be back together? I mean, they had finally got to a point where they could talk to each other. And I was just like, oh, maybe they're going to get back together. But it ain't looking like it now because she about to marry Doc, who's not really a doc, but that's neither here nor there. When they asked her how he proposed, and she said he got down on both knees, and then when she said yes, and she said that she tongue kissed him about like to die. I said, not the tongue kiss, Evelyn. I don't want to see nobody over 60 years old doing no kind of tongue kissing. Alright, you guys, so that's it. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox, and the channel is for itsrox. I have my other channel, I'm Foxy Roxy. I've got my blog spot, which is foritsrox.blogspot.com. And you can follow me on Twitter at itsrox, and on Facebook search itsrox, and it'll come up. And I also have an Instagram, so you guys find me on Instagram. That's also for itsrox. Okay? Alright. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.